For more than 4,000 years, the Great Pyramid of Giza has dominated the desert horizon. Silent, massive, and impossibly precise. It is the last surviving wonder of the ancient world. Yet everything we think we know about it falls apart the moment we look closer. Because behind the stone, behind the myths, behind the polished narrative of history, lies a truth we are not prepared for. The Great Pyramid should not exist, not with the tools the ancient Egyptians supposedly had. Not with their level of technology, not with the timeline we have been taught. Every stone, every alignment, every measurement reveals something unsettling, something that suggests an advanced knowledge that appears suddenly, without warning, then disappears again, just as fast. It is almost as if Egypt did not invent this knowledge, but inherited it. The Great Pyramid weighs nearly 6 million tons. It contains over 2 million blocks, many weighing more than modern machinery can comfortably lift. And yet these massive stones were carved, transported, and positioned with a level of precision that modern engineers still struggle to explain. Copper chisels should have bent or shattered on granite. Wooden sledges should have sunk into the sand. Rope should have snapped under the weight. But somehow none of that stopped them, because something about the story is missing. Something big. When engineers and stonemasons attempt to replicate even a fraction of the pyramid's construction using the tools archaeologists claim were used, the results are always the same. The tools fail. The stone resists carving. The precision cannot be reproduced. And yet the ancient builders achieved tolerances measured not in centimeters, but in fractions of a millimeter. The pyramid isn't just a monument. It's a message, written in stone with a mathematical language centuries ahead of its time. The pyramid encodes the value of pi, the golden ratio, the dimensions of the Earth, and even the length of the solar year. These concepts did not exist in known Egyptian mathematics. They appear thousands of years later. The idea that all of this was somehow encoded accidentally, by chance, is statistically impossible. Someone built this structure with immense knowledge that appears suddenly, then vanishes. The pyramid's orientation adds another layer to the mystery. It is aligned almost perfectly to true north. So perfectly, in fact, that only modern laser instruments can match it. Historians say the Egyptians used stars to achieve this alignment, but they never show the instruments, the prototypes, or the earlier attempts that would have been needed to perfect such method. The pyramid appears out of nowhere at the peak of engineering perfection. Civilizations are supposed to evolve gradually over time. Skills improve, buildings get better, techniques advance. But Egypt works in reverse. The oldest structures are the most perfect. Everything after the Great Pyramid is worse. Smaller, rougher, less precise. It is as if the early dynasties inherited a blueprint they could not fully understand. As if they were trying to copy something they remembered, but could no longer master. Then comes the sky. The 3 pyramids of Giza align with the 3 stars of Orion's belt, but only as the stars appeared around 10,500 BCE, long before Egypt existed. If this alignment was intentional, the builders had knowledge of astronomical precession thousands of years before it was supposedly discovered. Either the timeline is wrong, or the builders were far more advanced than we imagine. Inside the pyramid, the precision becomes even stranger. Granite beams weighing 70 tons sit in perfect balance in the so-called King's Chamber. The surfaces are mirror smooth. The joints are razor sharp. Drill holes in the granite show a spiral pattern identical to modern high-speed drilling, a technology the Egyptians were not supposed to have. Egyptologists claim these holes were made with copper tubes and sand. But experiments show this method would take years to make a single hole, and the copper would wear out almost instantly. Something else did this. Something stronger, something more advanced, something that leaves no trace in the conventional historical record. This leads to one of the most controversial ideas of all. The Great Pyramid may not have been a tomb. It may have been a machine, a structure designed to harness natural energy through resonance, vibration, water pressure, and the piezoelectric properties of quartz. Beneath the pyramid lie underground channels where water once flowed. Quartz inside limestone generates electricity when compressed. The chamber resonance matches a perfect harmonic frequency. Air shafts align not for ventilation, but for star positions. Every part of the structure seems engineered, tuned, and aligned, as if the pyramid was built to interact with forces we still do not fully understand. Whether it was an energy generator, a harmonic device, or something entirely different, one truth remains. The pyramid was not simply a burial site. The greatest mystery is how this knowledge appeared at the very beginning of Egypt's civilization. Before the pyramids, there were no massive stone monuments, no advanced tools, no complex architectural projects. Then suddenly, perfection. And just as suddenly, decline. Later, pyramids collapsed. Later, structures crumbled. The quality of stonework deteriorated rapidly. This is not the pattern of a civilization inventing new technology. It is the pattern of one remembering something ancient, something inherited, something rediscovered after a forgotten catastrophe. That catastrophe may have been the global event known as the Younger Dryas, the sudden climate shift around 10900 BCE that triggered floods, extinctions, and the collapse of early human cultures. This same period is connected to the erosion patterns on the Sphinx. Geological evidence suggests the Sphinx was carved not in a desert, but in a time of heavy rainfall. Rainfall Egypt has not seen since the end of the last ice age. If the Sphinx is far older than Egypt, then who built it? And if the Sphinx predates Egypt, could the pyramids as well? Around the world, ancient structures share similar patterns: impossible stonework, perfect geometry, advanced knowledge of astronomy, and sudden unexplained construction abilities. Sites like Göbekli Tepe, Puma Punku, and the megalithic temples of Peru all challenge the official timeline. They hint at the same conclusion: humanity's history is older and more complex than we were taught. The Great Pyramid stands at the center of this mystery. It is the ultimate out-of-place object, an artifact too advanced for its time, too precise for its tools, too perfect for the civilization credited with its construction. It is a reminder carved in stone, a message left for a future world, a monument built not just to endure, but to speak across time. Maybe the pyramid was created by a civilization lost to catastrophe. Maybe it was the last achievement of survivors who carried fragments of a forgotten science. Maybe it was a monument of memory, built to preserve knowledge before it vanished. Or perhaps it was something even greater, something we no longer understand. What we do know is this: the Great Pyramid challenges everything. Our timeline, our certainty, our place in history. It forces us to confront a possibility far older, far deeper, and far more uncomfortable than we imagined. The idea that humanity has risen before, fallen, and risen again. That ancient knowledge may have been lost, and that the greatest secrets of our past may still be buried beneath the sand. Until we uncover them, the Great Pyramid will continue to stand in silence, holding answers we are not yet ready to understand. A monument to a forgotten world, a mystery carved in stone, and perhaps a warning from a civilization that came before us.